Oh, hello everybody. It's again another video I didn't particularly fancy making tonight. After all, some of us actually work for a living. Another 8 hours under my belt there. On a Sunday as well. What a shocker that one is. Anyway, last night somebody put a comment on my video saying that Kim Brooks out of Kim and Mikey YouTube channel, I put up a video saying that's me, I'm done. And it was in response to hearing the news that somebody set up a GoFund campaign for Evans, the work-shy lazy bastard, that people to pay money so he can continue to churn out content. And she thought, this is ridiculous. You know, all the things that's recorded that he's done, all the things that we know he's done, all the things that we've talked about, yet somehow this guy has deluded people into still thinking he is the new Messiah, and that without his help that he's engaged in life-saving work, and that he will bring down the watchtower on his own. And you think of the work that her and husband do and other people do for absolutely for free, and still a lot of them hold down employment, and they feel devastated at the fact there are people who want to keep on funding this guy and his lifestyle. And you feel though you're bashing your head against a brick wall. Now, if she felt bad about that, and I believe it's a bogus GoFund thing actually, there's other ones set up to try and help the Magnificent Seven with potential legal costs. I think it's bogus. Nobody's paid any money anyway, and who knows where the money would go anyway. You know, would it actually even go to this work-shy lazy bastard, or to help people who maybe have litigation from him in years to come. But anyway, after the last video he did where it was like things are shit, he's now done a new video called Things Are Better. Thank you. And wowee, what a contrast when you put the two videos side by side. The previous video was all begging, please, and sad faces, no smiles. We're on the verge of bankruptcy. And this new video starts off, with a cheesy big look on his face, talking about his response. And it breaks your heart to think that people, I think it's probably genuine in his preaching figures, because that can be checked, and it breaks your heart to think there are still people buying into his bullshit, funding his lifestyle. Anyway, I was going to take notes on the video, which is about 10 minutes long. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it to you. You don't have to see him, and you don't have to watch the video back. So we don't want to give this guy more views than he's getting. So you can listen to what he's saying, and then I'll pause at appropriate points and maybe do a comment I think is worthy. So let's go with this video of his, entitled Things Are Better. Thank you, you stupid cunts. Here we go.
I'm here at Ramacro recording some interviews and other future uploads, and I just want to take a moment to sincerely thank all of you who have responded so amazingly to the video I put out a couple of days ago regarding the financial state of the channel. When I filmed that video, we had a combined 432 supporting us as patrons and YouTube members, which, as I explained, wasn't quite enough for us to keep going as a company. As of right now, about 3 days later, we have 556 patrons and 110 YouTube channel members, making for a combined total, and I'm not kidding here, of 666 patrons and YouTube members,
which really proves that there are so many stupid people are so easily swayed by a useless work-shy lump of lard, that people's stupidity absolutely, if they're just like Jehovah's Witnesses. You'd buy into bullshit, and you would potentially lose your child through adhering to somebody's interpretation of an old book. And here we go again, people just buying into this thing. The thing about it is, as I said before in the previous video, that he actually had to go at the witnesses for coming out asking for money. It's is, you know, it's not really begging, it's all about the money, and yet this is the same, it's all about the money. So he went on about the witnesses saying, look, a few years ago saying, look, you know, we've done all the numbers up and we're not going to make it, we need more funds, and yet he had to go at them about that, and yet this is exactly what he did himself. So, wow, hypocrisy overload.
Which is just incredible. Read into that number what you will. I promise I'm not making it up. As I explained before, we really needed to get to a minimum number of 500 supporting the channel on a monthly basis to break even. In other words, pay Tibor's wages, pay my wages, pay Deanna's wages, pay the insurance for the equipment, pay our company accountants' fees, etc.
Right, the etc. bit is interesting because although, yes, it's paying wages, so basically it's just admitting there that, of course, I work to get money, I work to get paid an income, and then there's lots of things I have to pay, like all of us do. However, what he's saying is that the money comes in, it pays his wages. So basically he's just saying that out of the company, we've got to pay wages, and we know what he does with his money. So basically he's just admitting there that his patrons are paying his wages so he can lead the lifestyle that he needs to lead. It's not extra money, or he does do a job on the side, which says that any patron money gets funded directly into his alleged activism work. But clearly, the money goes in, out of it goes, there you go Tibor, there you go Deanna, and there you go Lloyd. And then he takes his money, and we know what he does with that money. He you know, travels all around the world when he fancies it. And he clearly still probably has a prostitute addiction, because obviously he's not getting any action from his, you know, estranged wife, and so he must be seeking, you know, little Lloyd has to have his pleasures, so he's probably seeking the pleasures of women of the night, and it's going to cost a little bit of money. And of course he's joined a gym. We know that he does other things, social events. These come out of his wages. So in other words, what he's just admitting here is that everybody pays into, you know, sends him money. Out of that, he takes money, and out of that money, he funds his lifestyle. So that goes against everything he said last year when he's saying that no patron's money was used to fund his trip to Thailand. He's just now admitted that, because he's just admitted that out of the patron's money, he funds his lifestyle. Woo!
But ideally, we needed to get back to the 620 figure, which is where we were when we hired Tibor. So for us to exceed that figure in such a short period of time is just an incredible response from our viewers. And on behalf of the whole team, I really can't thank you enough. It's extremely humbling to know that our viewers have our backs and want us to not just continue, but grow the channel as we intended. So I wanted to jump on camera and reassure you all that it's now back to business as usual.
Wish you had jumped on the camera.
We hear your unequivocal call to continue, and if things ever get dicey or uncertain again, it's extremely heartening to know that we can just let you all know about the situation and leave things in your hands.
Right, so in other words, what he's saying there is quite simple. If the patron number drops off some more and he's got more trips to Thailand to take, he knows that he can just do another video in front of, you know, some lovely architectural buildings with special bleached hair, and idiots will pay him because he's, you know, I'm amazed the last video didn't involve him saying, what about the children? That's a bit of, I'm quoting from Elf there, by the way, just in case you're wondering where that line came from. Or was it Little Children? And this is what he's saying. So basically he's basically saying, we know if it starts to drop down again and I've got expensive trips to do, that I can always come back to you, and you absolute arseholes are going to still pay me money to be an absolute arsehole. Anyway.
Do just want to say a quick word about the defamation campaign.
Now this is quite interesting. He's doing a quick word about the defamation campaign. We know there is a one, but let's hear his quick word, and funny enough, it isn't a quick word.
Mentioned in my video. Some of you will have noticed I pinned a comment saying that I would automatically and unashamedly delete all abusive, mean, toxic, victim-blaming comments.
No, that's not true, because he blames anybody who asks, none of those instances, well obviously he takes it times, but if you ask him a genuine question, he bans you as well. He bans, the only people he doesn't ban are people who support him. If you ask him a genuine question, but what about this, what about that, what about the other, you're out of there. So it isn't people like he's just saying, I just ban people who are being mean and victimising me. If people ask him a genuine question, they're gone to. He's not open to any sort of transparency whatsoever.
Along the lines of get a job,
Yes.
or it's all your fault anyway.
It is.
I stand by that comment.
So basically, people said, get a job, it's all your fault anyway, and those people who are actually speaking the truth, it's a factual comment on his videos that you should get a job and all the blame is yours anyway, they get deleted because he doesn't like criticism, he's controlling the narrative and doesn't want his disciples to actually realise the guy's a bit of an arsehole.
And not because I'm trying to shut people down or sweep anything under the rug. Obviously, viewers are free to respectfully disagree with me on any opinion I express in any of my videos. And the comment sections of any video I make will bear evidence of this. But when it comes to rude, hateful, invasive comments where people, usually from the luxury of total anonymity, are inserting themselves in my personal life and claiming to know what I have or haven't done in private better.
You admitted it to Kim Silvio, then you did a live stream. So that's all we need to know. All we need to know is what you admitted to Kim and then admitted it to the world. Everything else, that's enough.
Other than me, I really must draw the line. I think most mature adults understand that nobody is perfect and that we all make mistakes. Unless,
of course, you're having a go at senior people within the Watchtower organisation, whereupon they're not allowed to make mistakes, are they, Lloyd?
My mistake was to be unfaithful to my partner.
No, that wasn't your mistake at all. And it wasn't, when you say unfaithful, that can be just one time you had sex with somebody. I was unfaithful. This was numerous occasions over several years, using prostitutes, using other people's money to jet to Thailand and to procure the services of people who may have been trafficked. He so minimises what he's done just in that. I could go on and on with other things, but he minimises what he's actually done by just saying he's unfaithful. It's a bigger picture than that, and and unfortunately that's all his little Lloydite followers are getting from him.
I'll always be sorry about that, but as I've said before, nobody deserves to be bullied, harassed and character assassinated across...
Unless you're a senior member of the Watchtower Society, and in Lloyd Evans' case, it's fair game.
Multiple social media platforms simply for being human. I've had fake emails circulated implicating me, a father of 2 girls, as a sexual predator who...
It's ironic, Oh, let's just it says grooming home.
Grooms teenage girls.
Right. So basically, what he's trying to say is that he couldn't be somebody who could groom teenage girls because he's a father of 2 girls. Now, we know that's bullshit. We know that there are many sexual predators out there where it becomes an absolute shock. What they do, they on the outside, they give this appearance of being a happy family member, loving husband and father of girls, but in secret they can do some terrible, terrible things. Just because this clown says he's a father of 2 girls means he can't do some awful things is pure pish. The fact of the matter is, when he was over in Thailand, procuring the services of, dating sex workers, let's get it right, dating sex workers. When he was over there, he never gave any consideration to these young girls who looked about 20 and thought how long they'd been in the industry for, if they were sex trafficked, what an awful life they had. He was just enjoying the pleasure of them with his little Lloyd. It's bizarre, isn't it? Isn't it bizarre that he puts his front letter, I couldn't do terrible things because I'm a father of 2 little girls. It's bizarre. Fathers of children can do some horrible, horrible things. They can go out and be a serial killer, for instance. So sorry, Lloyd, that doesn't wash with me. You're talking complete bollocks.
I was accused of being involved in sex tourism simply for choosing Thailand as a holiday destination during a mental health crisis.
Now, that bit in particular is disturbing because, yes, everybody knows Thailand, if you want to be a sex tourist, is where you go. Now, the thing is, if you went to Thailand and just did scuba diving and just was in a wee shack all on his tot and made noodles or whatever it is, I would agree with the guy here. But we know that when he was over there, he met girls who he's admitted looked over 20, what am I talking about? Or about 20. And he took pictures with them, which his wife then leaked to the world. So there's no denying that. And then he admitted on the Andrew Gold show that he had dated a sex worker. So tell me, am I missing something here? That how can you say that you weren't part of the sex tourist trade by going to a country that is renowned for the sex industry, for sexual, people go over for tourism for sex, especially to get the younger age group. And how can he say, when he admitted that he had actually dated a sex worker, that he wasn't involved in the sex tourism industry? This is complete bollocks. If you went over there to a wee shack and never shagged anybody, I'd get it. If you wanted to take a break from from his prostitute addiction, you don't go to Thailand, you go to a bothy in Scotland, which I said, I think a year ago, several times. So here we go, minimising what he actually did, yet again.
I've had packages sent to my home containing books with titles such as Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life.
Well, I don't think they were for him, probably for his wife actually. So I don't know why he's opening up, because he's the last person, because he is the cheater.
Friends and colleagues have been emailed and pressured to have nothing more to do with me.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's understandable.
I've done interviews that got taken down or never saw the light of day because the channel or journalist was inundated with complaints.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. When all of a sudden you hear the different videos that he's done, the Andrew Gold one, all of a sudden, when we heard that he was doing that with Andrew Gold, all of a sudden we were thinking, how can you interview this guy? When he did this other interview recently again, which of course we know, a particular person who we now know who that was, actually went on and mentioned the Thailand thing. This is the thing, it's because he wants to be able to still present this image of Lloyd Evans, the father of 2 girls, the faithful husband, and he doesn't want his, disgusting past to be brought up. So the fact that, yes, other people have said, you should not have this person on your show, is absolutely right. So why he's been offended by this, I don't really know.
People have left menacing voicemails. Multiple videos have been made portraying me as a monster, including...
I don't think multiple videos have been made of you portraying you as a monster. I've done multiple videos of you. I've not portrayed you as a monster. I've just portrayed you as a bit of an arsehole and a dickhead and somebody who needs to be off social media forever and actually get a job. That's not portraying you as a monster. But, hey-ho.
Including some calling for me to be reported to the police. My video editor has been...
Well, at the end of the day, it still is illegal to engage the services of a prostitute in most countries in the world. So he is still breaking the law wherever he goes.
Stalked and had copies of his college thesis posted online.
That's T-Bone.
Most recently, the owner of a Zagreb wine bar where I host live music events.
He hosts live music events, paying the owner of the wine bar out of the money that comes through Patreon. To fund his lifestyle.
Received an email warning her to have nothing to do with me.
Well, yeah.
This behaviour, and I've only given you a small sampling of what I've been dealing with, is totally unacceptable. And if I'm being completely honest, it makes me ashamed to be an ex-JW.
Oh my God. It makes me ashamed to be an ex-JW when this guy is making money out of ex-JWs. He makes me more ashamed to be an ex-witness than anybody else I know.
And mortified at the thought of attending ex-JW gatherings in the future.
Well, that's good, because he should stay away from ex-JW gatherings in the future, because nobody should take this guy serious. He shouldn't represent us, our community, because he is dirty. You know, he's like a bad cop. He's gone rogue. Well, he's gone more than rogue.
You can, if you want, tell me to turn the other cheek, or to not take my brother to court, to just let it all go. It's certainly very easy to say that when you're not on the receiving end, but you need to understand that I give a damn about my work and my legacy. And I know that if I let this behaviour go unpunished, not only will it continue, but it will also tarnish my reputation and therefore the value of the body of my work for generations to come.
Right, okay, this is brilliant, because he was coming out this pish a year ago. He said the same thing. He values his reputation, and I said at the time that this guy's reputation is ruined. He'll never ever recover the reputation he had. It is absolutely ruined. Nobody takes him seriously apart from his the Cedarites, the Lloydites out there, the Manson girls out there, the Evans girls out there. Nobody does. His reputation is ruined, and he wants Lloyd Evans, the name, the channel, to be the beacon of showing the light on what's going on in the Jehovah's Witnesses for years to come after he's dead. And that he wants to punish those people who've actually said, oh, by the way, you don't represent us, and you're nothing anymore. You're nothing. Please don't represent. He wants to punish us who have an opinion, which he asked us to have an opinion about his actions. He wants to punish us. He wants to punish us and stop this sort of thing happening. The thing is, I am back now doing this because of what he's doing. Because I feel that incensed that he is still portraying himself as the victim and conning people out of money and going on about his legacy, when if you just Google Lloyd Evans, hopefully my videos come up. I'm never going to take them down. And it's not my legacy. I'm not going to, and hopefully all the rest of the thread that we've got, it's up to nearly 1,000 pages now. There's multiple Reddit threads as well, postings that go on. They hopefully will stay there forever. So anybody goes to Google the name Lloyd Evans will find out what exactly this man's really all about.
Long after I'm dead, my two girls could conceivably be forced to deal with the lies that have been spread about me if I leave these lies unanswered.
Right, so basically he's saying long after he's gone, dead, long after he's dead, now hold on a second, let's think about that. His girls are, I don't know, how old's the oldest one? What, 5? So I would have thought by the time they're at least 15, they have the ability to go online, as 15-year-old girls do, and boys, whatever, and to just Google Dad's name. So does that mean he's only given us 10 more years of Lloyd Evans living on this earth? Well, unfortunately, it's going to be the case he's going to be here a lot longer. So long after he's dead, what's he going to do? Shield his girls from any form of social media? He says, no, Dad, can I have a mobile phone like everybody else? No. Dad, can I have a laptop like everybody else? No, you can't. Wait till I'm dead. Wait till I'm dead. Then you can get a mobile phone. Then you can get a laptop. But then I'll have my own children. No, wait till I'm dead. Because he's absolutely, it's not lies. Yes, I'm sure there's some things over there where, as we know, there's certain things being suggested, which is he's saying that there's accusations that he grooms young girls. Those accusations are there. However, he's just put that in himself. He's actually just said, by the way, these accusations of groomed young girls on his own video. So one of his daughters could be right now, and his daughters appear in his videos, they could be looking at his latest video and saying, Daddy, what does that mean, getting groomed at young girls? What do these people say you've done? Absolutely bizarre. You know, why would you even say that? Yet for somehow he's going to shield his children into the teenage and the adult stage until he's dead, until they can find out all these rumours, and sorry, they're not rumours, all the factual things that we know. We know about prostitutes, we know about Patreon funding, we know about the trips to Thailand, and we know about dating a sex worker. Why do we know these? Because he's admitted them all. For the love of God.
So yes, I will keep blocking the haters, and I will continue with my legal action for as long as it takes.
Yeah, and he's already said he will continue legal action against the Magnificent Seven and Kim Selju in particular too. He's emitted his dying breath. So this could go on for years and years and years. He doesn't factor that in for his patrons. So by the way, a lot of the money that you're going, the reason why the company is going down the shitter is because I'm spending a hell of a lot of money trying to bring this useless litigation action, which as we know is going nowhere slowly, to stop people saying things and repeating what I admitted. Bizarre.
And I can't tell you how much I appreciate those of you who understand all this and are sticking with me and showing compassion and solidarity during this intensely challenging time.
Cha-ching!
I did very recently come extremely close to packing it all in. Obviously the finances are bad, so the business was no longer looking viable anyway.
Sad eyes.
But I sort of had a job offer.
My God! Did I hear the word job? Did I hear the word job? That he had a job offer. Now this next bit is... Oh dear. Here we go. Listen to this next bit.
To do a job I know I would have hated, but at least...
He was offered a job that he knows he would have hated. Wowee, how many of us who are employed doing a job that we all love, that everyone go, ha ha, I'm going to work today. In fact, I love my job that much, you know, I feel that I should pay my employer for employing me because I enjoy it that much. How many of us do crappy jobs, poorly paid, because we've got no other fucking choice, because we still have to put fucking food, you know, on the table, fuel in the car, and, you know, have electricity and what have you. But this guy really came to such a low, just a low ebb, that he actually considered getting a job. And he knows he would have hated. Oh my God, what a shame.
It would have taken me away from all the ex-JW toxicity. It was very tempting. And honestly, it would have been the easiest thing in the world to dissolve my company, leave Tibor and Diana jobless, and just bring everything to a virtual standstill.
Guilt trip.
I can specifically remember thinking, whatever happens, I don't think I have another convention season in me.
Oh please, if that only had been, if only he'd done that. If only there wouldn't be any more convention season. As it is, we know that Wally at JW Thoughts does the convention season before this clown does anyway. Or if you're interested in that sort of thing, just watch Wally's. Honestly, just go watch it. If you really want to go through and watch that. And last convention season, I didn't watch anything about it because literally I just thought, why? But apparently this guy's doing it all for us. He considered getting a job which he knows would hate it, but he just thought, no, I've got to do it for all the people out there because they really want to hear me ramble on and on about some shitty drama video. No, we don't.
But what pulled me from the brink was a friend who's never been a...
Pulled him from the brink. You know, when pulled from the brink, pulled from the brink is a phrase that used sort of life and death, that where people got rescued from potentially giving it all up and committing suicide. Not somebody's just thinking of dissolving his company and getting a job, you know. But it was pulled from the brink here. Let's use that sort of terminology to show how this was. It could have been the end of everything here.
Jehovah's Witness who urged me to think about continuing my work because they could see the good it was doing.
Sorry, I don't get this. It's not just him who talks about the ex-witnesses. There's loads of other people as well. He could disappear tomorrow and the ex-JW community would carry on and people would search up videos because literally there's so many people doing it now. He is irrelevant and he's just honestly milking this as long as he can because he is scared of doing a job that he doesn't really want to do.
And then I read some of the comments and messages of support, and it caused me to think, maybe this is worth one last push.
Oh my God.
Maybe I should let the viewers decide if we continue.
Unfortunately, he lets his viewers decide, but doesn't let or everybody who watches, well, all the ex-viewers decide. I'd love him to do somebody to do a separate poll where his viewers and all his ex-viewers could decide whether he needs to do one last push. I'm pretty certain I know the answer to that one.
So when Tibor and I were in Zagreb filming last week, I filmed a video where I put all my cards on the table, and here we are. You, the audience, have spoken. And if you believe...
No, the audience haven't spoken because you haven't let the audience speak.
...believe in me and in the amazing team I have around me.
Amazing team? We're talking about 2 other people and one of them is his bloody wife. It isn't an amazing team. It's him, Tibor and his wife. What does his wife actually do? I think she's just put onto it. I think she's on the payroll because it's just a way of saying, right, we'll give you money, as lots of people do this, to get the wife involved in the business. So money goes, she goes as a paid employee, even though, and because it's beneficial for tax purposes. I'm just putting it out there just in case anybody doesn't know the way that one works.
And keep us at around that 500, 600 figure, then I'm prepared to carry on.
Oh,
and for the record, I will do my very best to ignore the haters and keep focusing instead on the overwhelming majority of you who see the bigger picture and care about the work I do. We will still be leaving Ramacrow.
Right, anyway, basically he goes on, talks more bullshit about he's going to leave Ramahall and he's going to be working from his bedroom, whatever shit, anyway, I'm not going to put a link to this video because I think you've heard enough. I know this is like the 3rd time I've actually listened to him and I've just given up there. There's still another, 2 minutes to watch, but it's just more shit about, you know, I've got lots of videos, lots of content. I'm really, really important. Anyway, I don't know what to say about that. You know, like I said, Kim and Mikey just saw that one. You know, I think she would actually call it a day because the fact of the matter, this guy's gleefully, within a matter of few days, got loads more patrons, loads more YouTube people to come on and fund his lifestyle, and he was nearly so desperate he was pulled out of the brink of nearly getting a job. Wow, dear me. When you think about when you think about the people in the Ukraine and places like that, you know, and he's putting it out there, he's putting on the same level on the brink. It's staggering. I wish a psychologist could have a look at this guy and just give a report. It'd be wonderful, you know, qualified psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever, somebody who deals with people who are narcissists and actually just say, I've just watched this video and actually do their interpretation and the previous video as well. That'd be interesting. But I'm neither of the two. I'm just me and that's it. So anyway, yeah, I went on a bit there, but I felt it was necessary to do that. If you stuck through the end of that, if you could listen to that voice, well done you. At least I've enabled you not to have to suffer in his bleached face and his insincere bleached face talking complete bullshit. But anyway, that's it. I literally, I'm going to work again tomorrow like most people on a Monday, and yeah, and this guy here's just he's learned from the best from Jehovah's Witnesses, and he's applying the same thinking and the same template, the same style of doing what the witnesses do, saying we need your money, otherwise we won't be able to continue our life-saving work. And it's exactly the same thing. He has just turned in the thing that he despised. I said this a year ago. It's just Unbelievable. So anyway, that's it. I don't know what to say. It's yeah. Right. I think I need a drink now. I think I need a drink after that. Funny enough, I'm going to Croatia in June, July, and I'm not far from where this guy actually lives. I'd love to go to one of his open mic nights and video him and actually put things to him. You know, like you get like press cameras, all of a sudden get the person on the spot and like to chase them down the street, ask them questions. I'd love to do this to this guy. But I know my wife wouldn't because we're on holiday, so that probably won't happen. But if you ever come to the island that I'm staying on, like bump into him, it will happen. Anyway, I'm off. Bye bye. Yeah, make what you want. Make of that what you will. But I just hate the guy even more than I do. And even bizarrely people say, why do you dislike him so much? Just listen to that, and I think I've said enough. It's self-explanatory. Bye bye.